The Æsir are the gods of the principal pantheon in Old Norse religion and Norse mythology. The Second Norse pantheon is the Vanir. These two pantheons waged war against each other, resulting in a unified pantheon. Æsir is the plural of Oss god. In genitival compounds, it takes the form Asa minus eg and Asa 4 of the Æsir. Besides as found in as brew gods bridge the rainbow, as Gardhar, as Kunagar gods kin, as litter gods leader, as Mogan gods might, especially of 4, as Modar divine wrath, etc. Land is national god. Patrium Numen is a title of 4, as is Al-Madgi as Almighty God, while it is Odin who is the as. There is also Old East Norse dialectal as Ekiaon as Ikja, i.e. God ride 4 riding in his wagon, resulting in the modern Swedish word for atmospheric thunder, Iska. The form Iskia attested as late as the 17th c1. The feminine form is Asinja, plural Asinger. The feminine suffix inja, Proto-Norse unjo is known from a few other nouns denoting female animals such as a pinja female monkey, barjinja she-wolf. A cognate word for goddess is not attested outside Old Norse, and a corresponding West Germanic word would have been separately derived with the feminine suffix asini, or inyo. As is attested in other Germanic languages such as Old English os, plural sa, denoting a deity. In Anglo-Saxon paganism preserved only as a prefix os in personal names, e.g. Osborne, Oswald, and some place names, and as the genitive plural Asa, Asa Jescot, and Opha Jescot, the shots of Anses and of elves, i.e. Elfshot, Jaculum Devorum et Generum. In Old High German, Old Dutch and Old Saxon, the word is only attested in personal and place names, e.g. Ansebert, Anselm, Ansfrid, Vins. The Old High German is reconstructed as ans, plural and c3. Gothic has ans as reported by Jordanes, who wrote in the 6th century CE, presumably a Latinized form of actual plural Ansius as a name for Uemerized semi-divine early Gothic rulers 345. The reconstructed Proto-Germanic form is Anses, plural Ansoas. The Anses rune was named after the Æsir. Anses itself comes from Proto-Indo-European Hnsis gen Hn Sus life 4 cf of Estenangu lord lifetime, on her godhood, Sanskrit asa life 4 6 asura demons Hn Suro. It is widely accepted that this word is further related to Hns minus to engender cf hit it has minus to procreate, give birth Tocharian b as minus to produce. The interaction between the Æsir and the Vanir has provoked an amount of scholarly theory and speculation. While other cultures have had elder and younger families of gods, as with the Titans versus the Olympians of ancient Greece, the Æsir and Vanir were portrayed as contemporaries. The two clans of gods fought battles, concluded treaties, and exchanged hostages. Freyr and Freya are mentioned as hostages. An ass like Ular is almost unknown in the myths, but his name is seen in a lot of geographical names, especially in Sweden, and may also appear on the 3rd century Forsberg Chape, suggesting that his cult was widespread in prehistoric times. The names of the first 3 Æsir in Norse mythology, Vili, Ve, and Odin, all refer to spiritual or mental state, Vili to conscious will or desire, Ve to the sacred or numinous, and Odar to the manic or ecstatic. A second clan of gods, the Vanir, is also mentioned in Norse mythology. The god Njordr and his children, Freyr and Freya, are the most prominent Vanir gods who joined the Æsir as hostages after a war between Æsir and Vanir. The Vanir appear to have mainly been connected with cultivation and fertility, and the Æsir were connected with power and war. In the Eddas, however, the word Æsir is used for gods in general, while Asinger is used for the goddesses in general. 8. For example, in the poem Skirnismal, Freyr was called Prince of the Æsir. In the prose Edda, Njordr was introduced as the third among the Æsir, and among the Asinger Freya is always listed second only to Frigg. In surviving tales, the origins of many of the Æsir are unexplained. Originally, there are just 3, Odin and his brothers Vili and Ve. Odin's sons by giantesses are naturally counted as Æsir. Heimblar and Ular's connection with the Æsir is not clearly mentioned. Loki is a Jotun and Njordr is a Vanir hostage, but they are often ranked among the Æsir. Given the difference between their roles and emphases, some scholars have speculated that the interactions between the Æsir and the Vanir reflect the types of interaction that were occurring between social classes or clans within Norse society at the time. 9. According to another theory, the Vanir and the fertility cult associated with them may be more archaic than that of the more warlike Æsir, such that the mythical war may mirror a half-remembered religious conflict. This argument was first suggested by Wilhelm Manhart in 1877 as described in Du Messil Exui and Munch, 288. On a similar note, Maria Gimbutas argues that the Æsir and the Vanir represent the displacement of an indigenous Indo-European group by a tribe of warlike invaders as part of her Kurgan hypothesis. See her case in The Living Goddess for more detailed citation needed. Another historical theory is that the inter-pantheon interaction may be an apotheosization of the conflict between the Roman kingdom and the Sabines. 10. Finally, the noted comparative religion scholar Mircea Eliade speculated that this conflict is actually a later version of an Indo-European myth concerning the conflict between an eventual integration of a pantheon of sky/warrior/ruler gods and a pantheon of earth/economic/fertility gods with no strict historical antecedents. 33. There is yet one who is numbered among the Asas, but whom some call the backbiter of the Asas. He is the originator of deceit and the disgrace of all gods and men. His name is Loki, or Lop. His wife Hytsaigen, and their son, Ner or Narf. 12. Corresponding to the 14 Æsir listed above, section 35 lists 14 Æsir, goddesses. Gangler asked, which are the goddesses? Har answered. Frigg is the first who possesses the right lordly dwelling which is called Fensaler. The second is Saga, who dwells in Sakvapk, and this is a large dwelling. The third is Air, who is a goddess of medicine and medical care. The fourth is Jefjen, who is a May, and those who die maids become her handmaidens. The fifth is Fulla, who is also a May. She wears her hair flowing and has a golden ribbon about her head. She carries Frigg's chest, takes care of her shoes and knows her secrets. The sixth is Freya, who is ranked with Frigg. She is wedded to the man whose name is Odr. Their daughter's name is H-Nose, and she is so fair that all things fair and precious are called from her name, H-Nose. Odr went far away. Freya weeps for him, but her tears are red gold. Freya has many names, and the reason therefore is that she changed her name among the various nations to which she came in search of Odr. She is called Martel, Horn, Jeffen, and Sir. She has the necklace Brising, and she is called Venatus. The seventh is Jafen, who is fond of turning men's and women's hearts to love, and it is from her name that love is called Staffen. The eighth is Lafen, who is kind and good to those who call upon her, and she has permission from Allfather or Frigg to bring together men and women, no matter what difficulties may stand in the way. Therefore love is so called from her name, and also that which is much loved by men. The ninth is Var. She hears the oaths and troths that men and women plight to each other. Hence such vows are called Vars, and she takes vengeance on those who break their promises. The 10th is Vor, who is so wise and searching that nothing can be concealed from her. It is a saying that a woman becomes Vor, where, of what she becomes wise. The 11th is Sin, who guards the door of the hall, and closes it against those who are not to enter. In trials she guards those suits in which anyone tries to make use of falsehood. Hence is the saying that sin is set against it when anyone tries to deny aught. The 12th is Hlyn, who guards those men whom Frigg wants to protect from any danger. Hence is the saying that he hlins who is forewarned. The 13th is Snotra, who is wise and courtly. After her, men and women who are wise are called Snotras. The 14th is Gna, whom Frigg sends on her errands into various worlds. She rides upon a horse called Hofvarpner, that runs through the air and over the sea. Once when she was riding, some Vanir saw her faring through the air. Sol and Bil are numbered among the goddesses, but their nature has already been described. The A rune Anses, Jungerfa, Ark, was probably named after the Æsir. The name in this sense survives only in the Icelandic rune poem as Os, referring to Odhin, who is identified with Jupiter. Osir Elging Gotro Kaesgrunsdofur, /OK Valhallar Visi. /Jupiter Odvidi. Os is H-Goer and Prince of Iskrud and Lord of Valhalla, chieftain Jupiter. The name of A in the Gothic alphabet is Asa. The common Germanic name of the rune may thus have either been Ansa's god, one of the Æsir, or Asamir of Corn. The personal names Old Norse Aslakar, Latinized as Anslaicus, Old English Oslak, Modern Haslak, and Old High German Ansel may continue the term for a sacrificial performance for the gods. In early Germanic paganism, Ansulakum. Grimm's Deutsches Wörterbuch, SV Lick, compares lakum to the meaning of Greek chi omicron rho omicron sigma, denoting first the ceremonial procession to the sacrifice, but also ritual dance and hymns pertaining to religious ritual. Paul Hermann 1906 identified as such Ansulakum the victory songs of the Baidavi after defeating Quintus Petilius Ceriolus in the revolt of the Baidavi in the year AD 69 according to Tacitus' account, and also the Nefaria song, accompanied by running in a circle around the head of a decapitated goat sacrificed to he presumes Wodenhoden, sung by the Lombards at their victory celebration in 579 according to the report of Pope Gregory Iasatru. A kind of heathenry whose name means faith in the Æsir, is a new religious movement of polytheistic reconstructionism based on Norse paganism. As of 2007, Æsir is a religion officially recognized by the governments of Denmark 15, Iceland 16, Norway, and Sweden 17. Most adherents do not emphasize worship of the Æsir in particular and refer to their practice as forn-sed/sidar/sidr meaning old customs. The Icelandic Æsir describes Æsir as Nordic pantheism involving belief in the Icelandic Nordic folklore, including all the spirits and entities, besides gods and other beings this entails.